Back again. This is part 3. Deals with belts. This is going to be the last part of it. Because, it's very simple. It's like all this other stuff. It's simple. Basically, what you have to do is go someplace where you can load the stuff up, wear this stuff, and use it. And then you make your decision before you buy. From personal experience, it's better to have friends that have this stuff and use theirs for a little while before you buy, and then like, well, that don't work or this don't work. Because if I had all the money, if I had all the money back from all the gear I bought over the years, I'd probably have my house paid off. That ain't a joke. So, keeping in mind, or keeping in theme of, went with the original Alice belt. So years go by, and companies are making stuff. I bought this probably now 7 years ago, if not more, a little bit more. I can't remember how long, so it's been a while. So what you have here is a inner belt. That's hook and loop. And it's made by a company. As you see, it's all gone there. But the name of the company is called U.S. Grunt Gear, and I think they're out of Florida. Yeah, they're out of Florida. And so I bought this inner belt. And when I bought this inner belt, I bought the whole kit. I bought something called a U.S. Grunt Gear Infidel War Belt. This is their Gen 1 Infidel War Belt. This is the original one. And I bought their suspenders, and I bought their bladder bag. So taking a look at the belt, as you can see, it's MOLLE. The sides can also be MOLLE. You get these MOLLE panels with it, so you can either run complete MOLLE, but I prefer to go this route. And you got this nice big bag here you can put your water in, and then you can run it over the top, so you can run your water line. But as you see, it's very Alice Pack themed. Okay, so you got your connectors, so you can actually disconnect the bag from it if you wish to. Very nice. Once you get the inner belt and the outer, once you get the inner belt on you, and then you put this on, it's a very stable platform. You don't need belt keepers because you also have a suspender system. But this is a very nice little rig. And if you're going to spend money, definitely, if you're looking something like I'm not carrying plate carriers, this would be the way to go. The only negative for me is I have to be very conscious, more so now than ever, about weight. So as you see, I can take this pouch, I can put it on here, I can put all the pouches on. Okay, I can put all the pouches on, or I can even get more old school and get like a large MOLLE pouch, put the MOLLE sleeve back on, and then run this in and use it to carry whatever I wanted to. So I have to be more conscious now than ever before on weight. So this will help carry your load and disperse it. But if you get too happy and you overload this thing, you're gonna your body, your trunk, naturally this weight's gonna press down on your shoulders. And where does that weight go? It goes down your spine, it goes down to your hips, it goes down to your legs. So if you can be the most fit guy in the world, but if you've got a injured back, sorry, you better think about what you're doing. I mean, I still work out at the gym. I still try to be as active as I can be, but it's just a realism that you have to constantly think about. So weight's a big issue. But this is a really nice piece of kit. It's very reminiscent to the Alice, like a modern day Alice. The padding is really good. There's another route that I have also taken, because sometimes these big, thick, padded belts, some people don't like them because it's just too much padding. One of the things you have to watch out for is the more you use it, the padding, especially up here at the top, will start to fray inward, or they'll fray backwards. You know, well, not fray, but they'll start pushing inward, or they'll start pushing backward, and that can get to be a bit of a booger to deal with, bit of a pain. So as time went by, people wanted more and more of a minimalist idea. So here we go. This is also made by Wilder Tactical. This belt is, and it's a MOLLE belt. And so my smaller belt, my Wilder Tactical belt, I can put that on, and then because it's hook and loop, it'll hook itself to that inner belt. And because it's MOLLE, I can run a MOLLE through here. It's permanently affixed, or I can just put these on and run it like that. The suspenders I've also put on here, and they are just Blackhawk suspenders. Work fine, no problem. But also goes right back to the rub of weight. Now that one, the Wilder Tactical Minimalist belt is what it would be for a minimalist ideology. So it would carry, like for me, I would take something like this and put it on, and I would put maybe food. You know, if I get like 2 or 3 of these large MOLLE pouches here, I could put food in one, clothes in the other, hygiene in the other. You know, more like a camping kind of thing. You know, I could take one of these, and let's say I'm in an area where you might need a rifle, or maybe you got a shotgun. You just dump your shotgun shells in here. You're good to go. Or you can take 2 or 3. I don't know why you need 3, but you know, you take 2 magazines or 3 magazines and put it in here and take your rifle with you, or your pistol, whichever. So there's little tricks of the trade. I've tried to make that as light as possible, but I still use suspenders. I still can't get around not using suspenders, just because your suspenders will spread your load, and there's so many things you can do with these suspenders. I mean, you could attach other things to it. As you see here, I only use Safariland. I don't use anything else. This is kind of a weird, maybe look a little bit weird, but this is the Safariland spine. I just run a belt through, and I got the quick locking system because I have multiple holsters for multiple guns. But if I didn't have multiple guns, I wouldn't even use this. I would just use a Safariland holster. Now the negative also to Safariland holsters, like little mounts on the back, I have put that on, and it kind of gives me the John Wayne tilt. And what that means is the butt of the gun like really protrudes out, because this is not strong enough to hold it back in place. And if you're somebody like me who ain't got no butt, you know, you're just a straight stick, yeah, it's not a lot there to get that handgun from this way back to that way. So belts are probably probably in our environment, meaning you know, we're not overseas, we're not doing that kind of mess. Belts are still probably the best thing to have. I can't think of nothing else better than that, unless you can come up with some type of bandolier setup where you're carrying where you got a MOLLE bandolier and it's got a pack on the back, and you can run a hydration pouch. It's got a hydration section for a hydration bladder. And so like if the bandolier was like if you're right handed or left handed, okay, I'm gonna go right handed. So if your bandolier's here, you got this pack on your back, so your water would run this way, and you would have your MOLLE here for, you know, your magazines, or if you carry rifle magazines, pistol magazines, or if you're not, if you're carrying something else. That might work also, but I still think you're going to have some kind of waist, something come around and connect. So when it comes to belts, I still think they're the best around, the best in the block. You can't beat them because of where they are positioned out on the body. I think they're actually more valuable than a plate carrier, carrying equipment, or a chest rig, simply because of the fact everyone wears a belt. It's something that everyone's comfortable with. You can carry it around the house. You can go to the range, and not a lot of people look at you like you got two heads. And you can play with a belt just as much as you can with any of the other different ideas of carrying equipment. So, anywho, that's the belts. So, hope you guys have a nice one. I'll be back with more videos. I plan on making a few more. Actually, I plan on making a couple more today, and I plan on doing some more tomorrow. So I'm at home alone, and it's cold, and there's nothing going on. So hope you guys have a nice day. Be safe. Talk with you greatly.